They say style can't be measured, but if it could, the Aprilia RS 125 GP Replica 2026 might just break the scale. This isn't your average 125cc bike. It looks like it rolled straight out of a MotoGP paddock. With its aerodynamic fairing, aggressive stance, and race-inspired details, Aprilia is bringing pure Italian flair to the entry-level sport bike scene. But here's the real question. Does this mini superbike just look the part, or can it actually perform like one? Stick around, because what we found might surprise you. Aprilia has always had a special place in the hearts of riders who crave racing DNA in everyday machines. From dominating MotoGP tracks to crafting street bikes that look like they belong on the podium, Aprilia knows how to blend speed, precision, and style. And now they've brought that same spirit into a smaller, more accessible package. The RS 125 GP Replica 2026. This bike isn't just another lightweight sport machine. It's designed for young riders, beginners, or anyone who wants a taste of that Italian racing heritage without jumping into a full-size superbike. It's Aprilia's way of saying you don't need 200 horsepower to feel like a racer. What makes this new model special is how much of Aprilia's high-performance DNA it carries. From its sharp aerodynamic design to the GP-inspired graphics and refined engineering touches that bring the racetrack feel to the streets. But does the RS 125 live up to the legendary reputation of its bigger brothers like the RS 660 and RS V4? That's what we're about to find out as we break down how this baby superbike looks, feels, and performs in real life. At first glance, it's hard to believe this is a 125cc motorcycle. The design screams superbike. Aprilia has borrowed heavily from its MotoGP DNA. The sharp dual LED headlights, aerodynamic winglets, and that signature triple-color livery instantly give off the racing vibe. Every panel looks sculpted for speed. Even the mirrors, fuel tank, and tail section carry that lean, aggressive energy Aprilia is known for. And when you sit on it, you realize this isn't just for show. The riding position feels serious, sporty but not punishing. Aprilia managed to strike a nice balance between race-ready posture and everyday comfort, which is a big deal for beginners who want that authentic feel without back-breaking ergonomics. Underneath the fairing sits a liquid-cooled 124cc single-cylinder engine, pushing out around 15 horsepower. Now, that might not sound wild on paper, but remember, this bike weighs just over 300 pounds. Pair that with a slick 6-speed gearbox and Aprilia's refined fuel injection system, and you've got a lightweight machine that loves to rev. It's quick off the line, smooth through the gears, and surprisingly forgiving, even for new riders. The real joy comes in corners. Aprilia's aluminum frame and premium suspension setup, an upside-down front fork, and a monoshock at the rear make the RS 125 handle like it's on rails. It feels planted, confident, and perfectly in tune with every lean. And if you've ever doubted that a 125 could be fun, this bike will change your mind the moment you hit a twisty road. But Aprilia didn't stop at performance. The tech here is impressive for its class. You get a full-color digital display, a modern ECU with multiple riding aids, and even optional smartphone connectivity through the Aprilia MIA system. That means you can pair your phone, view notifications, and even access riding analytics right from the dash. Something you don't often see on entry-level sport bikes. Safety-wise, it comes with front and rear disc brakes with dual-channel ABS, a must-have for both new and experienced riders. The braking feel is sharp but progressive, giving you confidence whether you're cruising city streets or diving into corners. Of course, it's not all perfect. The RS 125's performance, while fun, still sits within beginner limits. It's not a powerhouse, and highway riding might feel a bit stretched. But then again, that's not what this bike is built for. It's built to teach precision, build confidence, and make you feel fast even when you're not breaking the speed limit. And here's where things get interesting. Aprilia's pricing strategy for the 2026 model might just shake up the lightweight sport bike segment. The RS 125 GP Replica is entering a market packed with options from Yamaha, KTM, and Kawasaki. But can its Italian flair and race-inspired design justify the price tag? We'll get into that and whether this bike truly delivers the best value in its class in the next part. This is where the Aprilia RS 125 GP Replica 2026 finally shows what it's made of. Out on the open road, that MotoGP-inspired design starts to make perfect sense. Twist the throttle and the engine responds instantly, sharp, eager, and alive. The exhaust note isn't loud, but it's got that crisp race-bred tone that makes every upshift satisfying. Through tight corners, the RS 125 feels laser-focused. Every flick of the handlebar is met with precision. It's the kind of control that gives you confidence to push harder, lap after lap. You forget it's just a 125 It feels faster than it is, and that's the magic Aprilia nailed here. But here's the real surprise. Even after hours of riding, the RS 125 doesn't punish you. The seat, the ergonomics, and the lightweight make it a joy in city traffic, and an absolute weapon on winding roads. Aprilia managed to do what few others in this class have: create a true entry-level sport bike that's both thrilling and practical. However, the moment you check the price, reality hits. The RS 125 GP Replica isn't cheap. It sits higher than most of its rivals like the Yamaha R125 or KTM RC 125. But here's the twist: it feels worth it. The build quality, the premium components, and that unmistakable Italian design give it a character those bikes just don't match. It's not about raw numbers anymore, it's about emotion. The way this bike makes you feel when you're on it. That's what Aprilia sells, and it delivers beautifully. So the big question now is, should you actually buy one? Or is this just a dream machine meant to admire from afar? Let's break it all down in the verdict. So, after spending real time with the Aprilia RS 125 GP Replica 2026, one thing's clear. This isn't just another entry-level sport bike. It's a statement. A compact machine that proves you don't need huge horsepower to feel like a racer. Aprilia has poured its MotoGP heritage into something accessible, stylish, and genuinely exciting to ride. The pros? That stunning design, razor-sharp handling, and overall build quality put it a step above most competitors in its class. It feels premium in every sense, from the precise throttle response to the confidence you get leaning into corners. For riders who care about design, detail, and emotion, this bike nails it. The cons? The price is higher than what most 125cc buyers might expect, and it's not the best choice for long highway rides or pure commuting. But for those who see riding as more than transportation, who crave that connection between machine and rider, the RS 125 delivers an experience few others can match. In the current US market, where electric scooters and practical commuters are on the rise, Aprilia is doing something bold, keeping passion alive in the lightweight segment. And that might just inspire other brands to step up their game. So here's the verdict. The Aprilia RS 125 GP Replica 2026 is for the rider who values feeling over figures. It's for someone who wants their first bike to look and perform like a legend. Not the cheapest, not the fastest, but easily one of the most special in its category. Now I'm curious, would you pay a little extra for this level of style and engineering? Or would you stick with something more practical? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if this review helped you out, and don't forget to subscribe for more honest, in-depth reviews every week.